You're listening to Body Confident Friday, the place to be for tools, strategies, and perspectives to help you feel more comfortable and confident in your body. I'm Judy Craddock, the Body Confidence Coach, author of the Little Book of Body Confidence, and creator of the Body Confidence Journey, the coaching program for women who want to stop chasing the perfect body and embrace the one that they are in. Welcome to the show. Today I want to talk about how you can deal with negative comments about your appearance. And this is a subject that I have talked a lot about in the past and one that comes up all the time with clients. It makes me mad, but sadly there are always going to be people who feel that they've got the right to make comments about your appearance, and that can be a supposedly well-meaning friend, or more often it's a family member, or it even can be just a rude passerby. And I know that if your body image is fragile, these unwanted comments can be so hurtful and damaging. But while you can't control someone else's behavior towards you, you can always control how you respond to it. So I'm going to share with you my top 5 ways to deal with those unwanted negative comments about your appearance. So the first thing to bear in mind is, what do those comments say about the person making them? Because when others judge you in an unkind way, it always says more about them than you. And I really want you to get this. You know, perhaps they've got their own body image insecurities. They fear getting fat and their comments are just a reflection of those. Or maybe they're just really jealous of you and they're trying to find ways to put you down to make themselves feel better. I've certainly been on the receiving end of that with a partner, which I've talked about in another episode of Body Confident Friday. So consider what might be going on with that other person that might explain their behavior. It doesn't make it okay, but it will make you realize it's about them, not you. So the second thing to bear in mind is that someone else's opinion does not have to be your reality. Just because someone has said something nasty or insensitive about your appearance, it doesn't make it true. And really, their words are just that. They're just words, and they have no power to hurt you unless you decide to take them on and to believe them. So really ask yourself if you care for that person's opinion anyway. If it's someone you don't know very well, does it really matter? If it's a relative who's always saying the same things over and over again on a loop, go back to what I said in perspective number 1. You know, what do their comments say about them? It's about them. It's not about you. Then make a conscious decision just to let the comment go. The third thing to bear in mind is that really, if someone doesn't like your appearance, it's their problem. Bodies are not public property to be scrutinized, objectified, and judged, although I know we can feel that way sometimes. And if someone doesn't like the way you look, really that's their issue, because they don't have to look at you. And they certainly don't have the right to pass comment on something that is absolutely none of their business. So if someone says anything offensive about your appearance, particularly in public, if you're feeling really brave, you can simply tell them it's their problem, not yours, and they don't have to look. The fourth thing you can do is to change the dialogue. And this is something that I chat to my clients about in coaching sessions all the time. If you find that you're in conversations with family, which is most often the case where the negative comments are coming from, or friends that can easily turn into talking about your appearance, you can try changing the conversation. So you might say something like, "There are so many more interesting things to talk about than my body. What have you been up to lately?" And if changing the direction of the conversation doesn't work, you may need to try something slightly more assertive. So what I'm going to do is share with you my 3-step process for dealing with negative comments about appearance in an assertive way. So the first step is to calmly and confidently tell the person that you find their comments hurtful. Now, bear in mind with this process, it might be a good idea to practice it on someone that you trust, or just to say it out loud before you do it. You may just want to practice it a few times to get your confidence up so that you can be calm and confident when you tell them that you find their comments hurtful. So when you do this, be factual, but don't accuse them. So say something like, recently you've often mentioned that you think I ought to lose weight, and I want to talk to you about your comments and how I feel about them. So then the second step is to express how you feel about their behavior. And when you do this, it's important to use I statements, such as, when you make jokes about me being fat, I feel hurt. So you really own your own feelings. So avoid saying things like, your behavior makes me feel a certain way, because this can cast blame and it will just tend to put that other person on the defensive. So once you've told them that you find their comments hurtful, the first step, and then secondly, you've expressed how you feel about the behavior, you can finally ask for the change that you would like to see in their behavior. So you might just say to them, I'm asking that you stop calling me fat, or whatever it is they're saying to you. And if that behavior doesn't change, just make sure that there are some consequences and they are aware of what those will be. So you might decide that you're going to stop seeing that person until they stop making the unwanted comments, or you're going to make a conscious choice just not to spend very much time around them. You know, your body is your business and nobody else's. It isn't public property, and it's not okay for you to be the subject of their scrutiny and judgment. So take a stand against people who think that they have a right to make unpleasant and hurtful comments about your looks. It's really their problem if they don't like what they see. They don't have to look. It's their problem, not yours. Now, if you are struggling with family or friends who think it's okay to comment about your body, and this is really bothering you and it's really affecting the way that you feel about yourself, this is something that we cover all the time on my coaching program, The Body Confidence Journey. So if you want to learn more about the program and if it would be a good fit for you and where you're at right now, let's talk. You can book your free body confidence discovery call below wherever you are listening. That's all I've got for this episode of Body Confident Friday. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope to catch you next time.